just wanted to bring you guys for a quick little update on our little Oakley girl here. Oakley is a 10-week-old Goldendoodle, and we just thought it would be fun to kind of give you guys maybe once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks, just kind of a little update on how she's growing and doing, and just kind of on her progress.
Yeah, so we've had Oakley for 1 week now, and we thought, you know, people out there that are interested in getting Goldendoodle or getting a Goldendoodle would be interested in just seeing, you know, what we're going through and how she's growing, you know, just things that I was interested in when we were looking for a Goldendoodle. So when we first got her, she was just a little bit over 9 weeks, 9 weeks and a couple days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we first...
Or 8 weeks and a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she was 8 weeks and a couple days old, and she weighed like 4.6, maybe. That was 2 days, I think, after we got her that we first weighed her. So she weighed, you know, in the low 4s, medium 4s. And as of today, she weighed 5.4.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gained a little bit of weight. She's definitely gotten, you can tell that she's gotten bigger, just in height. Her hair looks a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more floofy than when we first got her. So you can definitely tell that she's getting bigger, which one of our biggest things when we got her was, how big is she gonna get? Because we didn't want a really small dog. We wanted a dog that was gonna at least hopefully get to like 25 pounds. So, you know, we don't know yet. It's kind of up in the air to see how big she's gonna get.
If you saw our intro video with her, then you know that she is what's called an F1B Goldendoodle. So for people that are looking for particular types of Goldendoodles, that means that she is, her father was a poodle and her mother was a 50-50 Goldendoodle, meaning a 50% poodle, 50% golden retriever. So she is an F1B, meaning that she's 75% poodle, 25% golden retriever. So she's got that long kind of fuzzy hair as a golden retriever, but as she gets bigger, we're hoping that her hair actually gets a little bit more curly. Her dad was extremely curly. She is, Tyler, I think, found out that she was a red golden retriever.
Yeah, so that's another interesting thing. When you hear golden retriever, in my mind, I always envision like the red golden retriever.
And I always envisioned more of that white color, almost like a yellow lab.
Right, or like the golden colored one. So I'm assuming that whatever golden retriever that she has in her had to have been a red one. And I don't know what the majority of Goldendoodles are bred with, but she's got, on her back, she's pretty brown, but her face is like, it's also very red, and her ears are kind of red.
She actually has, so you can see her face is really dark. Her body is pretty dark as well, not quite as dark as her face. She's got those kind of ears that point up just a little bit, kind of like more of a golden retriever. She just woke up. But if you can see a little bit on her chest.
Yeah, she's got white right there on her chest.
Yeah,
which
you can see her.
We have a picture of her dad, and her dad was like a chocolate colored poodle, and he had white right there on his chest.
Yeah,
so
looks just like her, but her hair is exactly like her mom's. Her mom was that long kind of, just like, as Tyler called her, floofy hair, versus like being really curly.
Like a poodle. So when you're looking, and it's all about preference, honestly. So like Ashley was saying, she's an F1B. Her mother was an F1 Goldendoodle, 50-50. That's what made her an F1. So there's some differences in the appearance that you're going to get with the F1 as opposed to the F1B. The F1 typically doesn't have super curly hair because they're only 50% poodle. They're 50% golden retriever as well. Whereas the F1B, she's 75% poodle. So technically she should end up getting, you know, really curly hair. And it really just depends on what you're looking for. But one of the pros to having an F1B, the more poodle they have in them, the less that they're going to shed. And the 50-50 is going to be considered a hypoallergenic dog, but we read that they could potentially end up shedding a little bit. And that's a really mixed review thing. You're going to hear, if someone's trying to sell you a dog, they're probably going to say, no, they're not going to shed. They got 50% poodle on them, they're not going to shed. We read that they could potentially end up shedding if they're 50-50. So
I actually grew up raising cockapoos, which is 50% Cocker Spaniel, which is a shedding dog, and 50% poodle. And we never had them shed. We were always told that anything that's 50% poodle or more, that they don't shed. They're considered hypoallergenic dogs. But I guess because the Golden Retriever, Cocker Spaniels do shed, but not nearly as much as a Golden Retriever will. They will actually shed like huge fur balls because they're just shedding dogs. So I guess whenever you have a dog that has that much hair and sheds that much, then you have, I guess, a 50% chance that they're going to shed even when you mix them with a dog that doesn't shed.
And you're probably not going to, if they do shed, it's probably not going to be anything that's crazy. We specifically did not want a dog that shed, and I can tell you right now, like, I'm OCD. She does not shed.
Yeah.
She does not, and I don't know if it's because she's a puppy, but I can't think of, many times that I found one of her hairs on any of my clothes. So.
And she sits in the bed with us. She sits on our sofa, which is a dark blue color. I'm wearing a black shirt right now, and there's no dog hair on it. So.
And I've held hypoallergenic dogs before. My mom owns one, and she sheds. It's not like your typical dog hair. It looks like almost like a human hair, but it's shedding, and I don't like that. So I can tell you right now, this dog does not shed at all. But some of her personality traits that we've already come to learn is she's extremely smart.
Yeah.
She's only 10 weeks old, and she is so smart.
She's smart, and yet she isn't. I mean, she is still a puppy. Just to give you an update on her house training. So she's smart in the sense that when she goes outside, she understands the fact that going outside means that it's supposed to go to the bathroom. But she hasn't at all grasped the concept of don't go to the bathroom in the house, because we had one day where she actually didn't go at all, and we're like, oh man, she's doing really well. And then the next day she pooped in the house like 4 times in the exact same spot. And we even got spray and all this kind of stuff that's supposed to be no marking, and it doesn't make a difference. I've tried spraying vinegar on the same spot just to get rid of the smell, and I mean, she's just learned that that's, I guess, her spot. So we're trying to break her of that. She is going to the bathroom outside, so I think kind of the inconsistency is a little bit of us just learning that she needs to go out even more often than we're taking her, and so we take her a lot.
Yeah, we take her quite a bit. We try to take her quite a bit, and then sometimes when we take her outside, she thinks it's time to play, not time to go to the bathroom. But like Ashley was saying, there's been days where she did really good, and we were really impressed with her and the pee pads, because she's used those like really good. And I don't know, it's kind of just up in the air where she's had really good days, and then some days she's not doing too well. But as far as like, she'll sit there and look at the TV, like, I think that's so cool. Like, she'll just look at the TV.
It's really cute.
Yeah, and she does other things. Like, Ashley was working with her a couple days ago with sitting, and she was picking that up really easy. She's just a really smart, intelligent dog. Her personality is just very loving. Other than the fact that she wants to chew on our hands, which that's because she's really big into chewing.
Definitely, I don't know if that's part of the Golden Retriever or just the mere fact that she's a puppy. Our research has shown that they're teething up until about 6 months, so definitely make sure that you have a lot of toys, and that you're constantly, if they're chewing on something, you're constantly giving them what they're allowed to chew on. She's definitely learned to play with her own toys herself, just independently, and she actually goes and seeks them out, and it's only been a week. So she's chewing on a couple things, like she's kind of gnawed on the legs of like our chairs and our tables, and for some reason she likes the corners of the baseboards. She hasn't left like any teeth marks or anything, just because we watch her extremely closely, but she's definitely a chewer, so be aware of that with particularly this type of dog.
And that's probably just about any puppy you're gonna get. But Yeah, so she's very loving. She likes to cuddle. She likes to play. She likes to run around. I honestly, I feel like this dog, I've only owned a couple different breeds, but as far as like just her personality, it's so sweet. And it would be a good dog for kids. It would be a good dog for elderly people. I know that golden doodles and labradoodles are used all the time for, what's it called? Like emotional support animals. So yeah, I'm really excited to when she gets older and she just isn't quite as puppy, you know, but she's just a really good dog.
So we are going to measure her just to see how big she's gotten, and you guys can kind of come along with us as we continue to watch her grow. So we're gonna go, I think, like the middle of her back.
Okay, stand up.
She slides a lot on the floor. We might do like a little bit of a video of puppy proofing.
I'd say 9 inches.
9 inches?
Yeah.
All right, so she's 9 inches as of tomorrow. She will be 10 weeks old. So.
And I'm not really sure, like a lot of times I'll see when people are talking about the measurements of dogs, I'm not really sure. I'll have to look up, you know, where to specifically measure them. I don't know if it's from the chest or from the top of their head, but right now we're just gonna go from her back. And every time we do an update video, we'll update you with her weight and her height, so you guys can really see what size dog you're looking for. And then later on, I'll go into more depth about trying to find the right size dog that you're looking for, as opposed to what her parents were, what size they were, and then what size to expect she's going to be, because we don't know yet. We have no idea how big or small she's going to be. So
yeah, so in our next video we'll we explained about like the F1B, so we'll, like he said, go into the different miniature versus mini. I've heard some people call them micro mini. We'll kind of go a little bit more in depth as far as that goes. So stay tuned and watch our little baby grow with us. So Thank you guys for following along, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
See ya.